Well, hello there, humans, bees, earthlings, whoever you are, whatever you're doing, and whoever you're lucky enough to be doing it too. I'm Bushka, Blitz, and this is a video about the T62A and the not-so-Russian accuracy. There's a big part of the patch notes that kind of slipped by. I didn't really think about it. It was like an earthquake that hit me slowly, and then all at once I saw it. They lowered the aim time, and they made it more accurate, which was completely uncalled for, but that's what we got now. We've got a 62A with a crazy low aim time and crazy good accuracy. Now, that's allowed me to go out there and make what I like to refer to as a bit of a specialized loadout. I've created a build for the 62A that focuses all on the gun, and the gun is just absolutely gorgeous and not so Russian anymore. The Russians have never been really known for their pinpoint laser beam accuracy. But with this change to the patch, the 62A can go from very nice sniper tank to absolutely insane, incredibly effective sniper tank that can also brawl and can also move around the battlefield and has outstanding camo and has excellent hull down armor and has everything. This tank doesn't have gun depression, but apart from that, you are kicking so many goals with the 62A. What is this loadout I'm talking about? Well, I'm talking about the equipment, really. That line there you can see there on the left-hand side of your screen under the combat power. I'm running calibrated shells. I am running the supercharge and then the refined gun at tier 3. Now that's quite outside the ordinary. Normally a lot of people run gun rammer for the extra DPM. They then run the enhanced gun lane drive to help to the aim time, and then they run vertical stabilizer because vertical stabilizer is absolutely incredible. But for some reason, Wargaming buffed the 62A to the point where you don't really need that anymore. What do I mean by that? Well, the 62A's aim time is bloody stupid. 1.8 is the aim time for the Object 140, 1.81 for the Leopard 1, 1.9 for the FV4202, 1.9 for the A50M. The 62A has a 1.36 second aim time without a buff. Without a buff. So you don't need to worry about fixing your aim time. You don't need to worry about aim time at all. Your aim time is off the charts good. So you can take that aim time and you can put it into penetration and you can put it into dispersion. And that allows you to create some really crazy numbers with the 62A and allows you to create a tank that can both get up and brawl and be nasty to poor old musketeers that are on reloads. And it also allows you to create a tank that can bounce some shots while delivering outstanding damage per minute numbers. Now, I've sacrificed a touch of damage for this, but that's all right because the 62A's damage is off the charts good. And even sacrificing your gun rammer for calibrated shells, you have better DPM still than the FV4202, than the M48A1 pattern, than the E50M, than the STB1. I mean, it's just nuts, right? It's just crazy. You've still got better DPM than those tanks while running calibrated shells. So you get to 252 millimeters of penetration. And then you put your supercharge in and you get this crazy thing that no one even really talks about with the T62A. The 62A has the best shell velocity at tier 10. It has 1,535 meters per second as a shell velocity. All the other tier 10 mediums have 1,478, which is just crackers. So the 62A has this great shell velocity. You put supercharge on it, then you get this crazy shell velocity and you lose less penetration over distance, and your shell velocity maxes out at about 1,689 meters per second, which means you've got an absolute laser beam of a shell. To give you a good point of reference, if you are running an Object 268, you have a base shell velocity of 760 meters per second. Why is that so good for the 62A? It means that when you press the button, the laser beam goes off, and it's nearly instantaneous. Then we get to the really cool part. When you run refined shells, and this is the absolutely gorgeous part, when you run refined shells, with the new dispersion buff, your dispersion goes down to 0.275. with no buff to your enhanced gun lane drive or vertical stabilizer, even if everyone else is running vertical stabilizer, you still have the best aim time at the tier. Like, with everyone else who is a medium tank at tier 10 runs vertical stabilizer, you still have the best aim time at the tier. And again, the closest anyone can get is the M60 at 1.51 seconds as a base aim time, and you can get it to 1.36 as a base aim time. Base aim time I'm talking about there is the pure aim time on the gun, not with the rotation and everything else thrown in. I'm just talking about the pure aim time on the gun. So you can see why it gets really, really crazy for the 62A. I mean, if you put enhanced gun lane drive on these tanks, that will get them down to the 62A's level. That's the only way you can do it. You've got to run enhanced gun lane drive and vertical stabilizer. I mean, that's crackers. But they buffed it. They buffed the aim time on it. It's just absolute madness. So you've now got a gun that has 1,689 meters per second shell velocity, 252 millimeters of penetration, which is the same nearly as the base penetration of the FV4202, who has to run gun rammer and is still less in terms of raw DPM. Or if the E50M has 245 millimeters of pen, if it runs calibrated shells, its DPM drops to 2,734. The 62A is at 3,339. Your camo is crazy good. Your terrain resistance is insane. 0.5, 0.6, 0.9. It is the best in its tier. Your turret armor is better than just about everyone else in your tier. What you're looking at is a tank that is now super effective at sniping and super effective at brawling and super effective at everything. And I'm going to show you some stuff now. I mean, I love the fact that the equipment loadout allows you to do this. It allows you to maximize specific... Look at this gun. Look at this gun now. It is so not Russian. It is absolutely not Russian. It is absolutely not Russian. It feels like a crime. And of course, you can stuff it up. I mean, there's no way around it. You can stuff up this tank. I mean, you've still got this Russian upper glacis. You can see how I'm coming out. Watch these shots on this Yag. At 3,300 DPM, I'm doing this to this poor old Yag Tiger. Just bang, 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 bang. Thank you very much. You're on the move. Coefficient's like 1. So everything is good. Everything's good in the tank. And watch shell velocity is what I'm talking about here. That is 250 meters away, that FV215B183, right? Look at how quickly I'm getting the shells to fly across to the target. And look at how that affects the accuracy of the gun. What I mean by that is you have an incredibly accurate gun now. If you run this build that I'm talking about, this, you know, the gun power build. If you run this Bushka build, whatever you want to call it, you have an incredibly accurate weapon. You have incredible shell velocity, and you're capable of just... This poor old T110E5, I mean, rate of fire is still off the charts. You can still permatrack stuff. It's not just the pen. It's the way... Let me put it simply. Shell velocity of 1,689 meters per second, firing a gun at about 250 meters, it will take like 0.15 seconds to get there. If you're doing it with a 720 meter per second Object 268, something along those lines, it's going to take you like 0.4 seconds to get there. The simple, or 0.35, whatever it is, the simple fact of the matter is it's over twice as long, which means you have to lead the target by more. And that becomes a problem that compounds when the guns are less accurate and you've got bigger aim time and all those kinds of things. Well, it's no longer an issue for a tank like the 268. It's not for a tank like the T62A because it's got crazy good aim time and it's got crazy good accuracy. Let me break this down for you one final time. The best sniper tank at tier 10 has long been acclaimed the Leopard 1. Because of the 62A's ability now to ignore its deficiencies and to focus just on the gun and penetration, the Leopard 1, the best aim time you can get on the Leopard 1, running all the equipment you can, vertical stabilizer, enhanced gun lane drive, double rations, on the Leopard 1's top gun is 2.8 seconds with a dispersion of 0.272. Okay? we clear with that? Good. The 62A running absolutely nothing whatsoever to help with its aim time can have a 2.6 second aim time with a dispersion of 0.275. It has 0.003 worst dispersion, and it still has 0.5 better aim time, half a second better aim time. And it's still, this tank is still capable of dishing out and brawling DPM and firing without zooming in and dumping huge wads of damage. And its shell velocity is better than the Leopard 1's. Like the Leopard 1's shell velocity, when it's running all that stuff to make its gun handling better, is 1478. And the T62A shell velocity, while it's running all that stuff to make its gun handling better, is 1689. It's 211 meters per second faster shell velocity, which is so cool. Now make sure you come along and watch the streams. I'm streaming every Sunday NA time, 5:30 p.m. West Coast, 8:30 p.m. East Coast on a Sunday, doing the same times on a Tuesday NA time and on a Thursday NA time. Those are, Tuesday is the count-in stream, everyone on YouTube and in the Patreon Discord server, we do count-ins, and Thursday is the clan stream where I talk to people in clans and then roll out with them in their Discord servers. Love your work, look after yourselves, and stay safe on the battlefield.